Hello, my name is Gabby and welcome back. This is English 12B Unit 6 Performance Task 2. So for Performance Task 2, first things first, you have to read a few pages in your textbook. So that's these pages here and these pages there. And then you're going to be working on looking at those primary sources and writing an essay. It's going to be a 5 to 7 page typed essay. You're going to use the responses from a certain activity in order to help you write the essay. So, yes, you're going to be using your primary sources to help you write that essay. You're going to turn it into paragraph form with your opinion of these persuasive documents. You're going to incorporate citations. So remember, that's the parenthesis, author's last name, page number, parenthesis, period, right? You don't need P or PG to show me that's a page number, just have it there. That's the correct formatting, you'll be fine. The essay should have 1.5 line spacing, use Times New Roman or Arial 12-point font, and 1-inch margins. If you don't know how to do any of that stuff, go watch my how to write an essay videos. They'll help you. If not, just make an appointment with me and I can help you there too. There's a checklist and a rubric as always. So let's continue on here. So first things first, you're going to evaluate these primary documents, source documents. You are going to read this and then answer these things. Let's see here. So that's just the poetry, so you'll actually have to use your textbook for this one. You have first speech in favor of the reform. That's going to be on page 899 through 901. So it only looks like it's like 2 pages, barely. You're going to have type of document. I'm guessing it's a speech. Maybe not, but I'm guessing it's a speech, right? Author, who wrote it. Audience, who is it written for? So is it written for people who already agree with them? Is it written to convince people who don't agree with them? Is it written to talk to those who have not heard of it before? Who is the audience? Why was this document written? So what was the purpose, right? Did they choose to write it to convince people? Did they choose to write it to inform people? Did they choose to write it to entertain people? Remember that whole pie example of purpose? To persuade, inform, or entertain, right? Give 2 examples of social commentary from this document. So where are they commenting on what society is like at the time, if they agree or disagree with what's going on in society as a whole group of people. Logical, ethical, or emotional appeals used. I use the terms ethos, logos, and pathos. Logos, numbers, facts, statistics. Pathos, pulling the heartstrings, that's the emotion side. And then ethos is the credibility. So if they say, you trust God, you should trust me, right? You trust the queen, you should trust me. That's what the authority is. D, what does the document show about life in the time and place in which it was written? So I'm assuming, since they say something about troops, there's probably a war going on. What was that war in regards, maybe, would be a good thing to figure out, because if they're upset about something and they're in a war for something and enough people are willing to fight for that something, that tells me a little bit about what like the time and place had going on. 6, how important are ideas we can learn from this document today? Explain your opinion using details from your own experience. So if this is about something that still affects us, cool. If it's not, explain why not. Next is speech against the reform. Speech against the reform is on page 902 to 903, so it looks like it's about 2 pages max. And it's the same questions. So type of document, author, audience, all the same stuff. If you want to replay what I just said 5 seconds ago, you totally can. This one on the passing of the Reform Bill. So on the passing of the Reform Bill, is page 904 to 907, so 3 pages max. Again, same exact questions. So right here, you're going to use the 5 forms of the outline as an outline and write a 5 to 7 page typed essay. You're going to have quotes, that correct formatting, and then you're going to go through this checklist. Did you analyze each document's point of view or purpose? So remember, purpose, persuade, entertain, or inform, right? The pie. Did you analyze the persuasive techniques that each author used? So ethos, logos, and pathos. Did you look into why they used it? Did you explain why you chose the poem and why it's personal significance to you? So you're not choosing a poem. This is a bad one to put in there. Talk about why this is relevant to today there, right? Did you examine, organize, and clarify complex ideas using the author's social commentary? So did you talk about him or her or whoever wrote it commenting on society at the time, right? Did you use a formal style and objective tone? So did you tell it how it is without making it sound like it's all your opinion? Did you not use any slang? But did you include your opinion? That's a tricky game to play. Include your opinion without making it seem like it's opinion. Make it seem like it's fact, right? Did you edit your essay, correcting for grammars and punctuation, spelling, and such? And then did you have correct formatting? So remember, this is 5 to 7 pages. I know here it says 1 to 2 pages. Ignore that. It's 5 to 7 pages. It looks like they just honestly copied and pasted like the wrong checklist in there and was like, that's fine. So be careful. Documents, point of view, purpose are analyzed effectively. So if you did what we've talked about, you're fine. Persuasive techniques, ethos, logos, pathos, social commentary. You want to have at least 4 citations, 4 quotes, that means, okay? 4. Consistent style and tone, 3 to 5 grammar or spelling errors. In order to pass this, you need at least 21, okay? If you need help with it at all, let me know. You can use my outlines, they usually help too. Other than that, you are done with the coursework for Unit 6, and we'll move on to the review for Unit 6, or the alternative assessment, or whatever you want to call it, and then you'll be done with the first part of Semester 2.